This movie is on the ever so popular method of lattice multiplication. This is an example of a lattice fence. It's a structure made up of diagonal lines with diamonds in the middle. This is in no way to be confused with any kind of lettuce. This has nothing to do with lettuce. For this method, we may use any size problem that we would like, so any number of digits times any number of digits. We'll start with a small one, 29 times 9. In order to set this problem up, you will need a series of boxes with diagonal lines. You will need, for the top number, the same number of boxes as there are digits. So it's a 2-digit number. I'll need 2 boxes up here. For the bottom number, you will need to draw lines that go down the side to match the number of digits down there. So I see that I have one number down below, so I just need one side of the box on the right. So the only place that you write numbers in lattice is on the top and on the side. 2-digit number, 2 lines at the top, 1-digit number below, 1 line on the right. To begin, you start with the numbers on the right and the numbers on the top and you multiply them. So the first problem that we're going to do is 9 times 9. 9 times 9 is 81. So I want to write in this box 81. I want to separate the numbers on each side of the diagonal line, but I want to keep them in the same order, 8, 1. Then I'm going to move to this next box. I want to multiply the number on top of the box by the number on the side of the box, and it has to be the original number from the problem, nothing that you've written inside of the problem. So I'm going to multiply 2, which is on top of the box, times 9, which is on the side of the box, for an answer of 18. Once all of your boxes have been filled, you're going to start with the diagonal lines. You want to take a look over here on the right-hand side. You want to bring down anything on the right-hand side directly below this line. You'll always just have one number, so I'll just bring that number 1 down here. Then we're going to move to this middle area here. You want to add together all of the numbers that are in this middle area here that you have written. So the number that I've written here is 8, and I've written 8 here for a total of 16. What I want to do is I want to write down the number in the ones digit and carry the number in the tens to this box over here. You want to make sure that you write it large enough that you will be able to see it, but you don't want to write it close to this number to think that it's a 2-digit number. So for example, this is a 1 and this is a 1 that I'll add together. If you were to write it too close, it might end up looking like an 11. So make sure you stay organized. I now want to add together anything that I've written over here on this side. I've written a 1 and another 1. I'm going to add that together to get a 2. And I have a final answer of 261. Let's take a look at another problem. For my next problem, I have 2 digits by 2 digits, 38 times 42. I'm going to look at my top number here. I need a space on the top of a box for each number. So 2 digits, I need 2 spaces at the top, 38. I then have 2 digits below this time, so I need 2 spaces on the right-hand side, 2 sides of the box, 42. Then I have diagonal lines going through my boxes. The first problem that I want to do is this box here. I want to multiply the number on top times the number on the side. 8 times 4 is 32. I'll then move to this box. I want to multiply the number on top, which is 3, times the number that from the problem that's written on the side, which is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. Now when I move down here, I need to look at the number that's on top, which is 8, and the number that's on the side, which is 2, and I need to write the number 16 because 8 times 2 is 16. When I look at this box here, I need to look all the way to the top to the number from the problem, which is 3, all the way to the side, the number from the problem, that's 2. 3 times 2 is 6. When you have a single digit number, the first number that you want to write in is 0 for a placeholder, and then 6. Now I can begin my adding. I'm going to take a look over here into this bottom section. I'm going to just bring down the 6. I'm then going to move to this next area and I need to add together these numbers that I have written. 2 plus 1 is 3 plus 6 is 9. I will then add together these numbers in the next column, 3 plus 2 plus 0, which is 5. And I will then bring this number straight over. There's nothing else to add. I have a total of 1,596 as the answer for this multiplication problem. Let's take a look at one larger. I now have a 3-digit number times a 2-digit number. I need to have 3 boxes at the top in order to write down 2, 4, and 7. I then need to have 2 boxes on the side to write 3 and 8. The problem is 247 times 38. I'm going to start with this box right here. 7 times 3 is 21. I'm going to move to this next box. 4 times 3 is 12. Remember, you're looking at what's on top and what's on the side. In this next box, 2 times 3 is 6. I'm going to add that 0 as a placeholder and then write down 6. Down below on top I have 7, on the side I have 8. 7 times 8 is 56. Then I have 4 times 8, which is 32. And lastly I have 2 times 8, which is 16. Now I'm going to bring these numbers directly down or add them if I need to. So right here I just have one number, so I'll bring down 6. Here I have 1 plus 5, which is 6, plus 2, which is 8. So I will write the number 8. Here I have 2 plus 2, which is 4. I'm going to add the 6 next, which is 10, plus 3 is 13. Remember, I put down my ones digit and I put my tens digit in the next column, and I'm going to add that together. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 6 is 9. I have a 0 right here. A 0 at the beginning of a problem has no value. If the 0 was in the middle of the problem, you need to include that. But up here at the top, because it's on the very end, the very top, we don't need to worry about that. So I have a total answer of 9,386. Now you can set up Lattice on your own. What you have to make sure that you have is a box for each digit on the top, for the top number on the top, and for the side for the bottom numbers. So I see that I have 63 times 25. I know that I'm going to need 2 spaces on the top, and I'm going to need 2 spaces on the side. So I'm going to draw boxes so that I have that. So I have a space on the top for 6 and 3 and 5. Then what I need to do is I need to draw on my diagonal lines. You look at each box individually. You want to start in the top right-hand corner and draw to the bottom left. Now I notice that if I do that in this box, top right hand to bottom left, top right hand to bottom left, it makes one continual line. And then for this box, top right hand corner to bottom left hand corner. And sometimes people like to draw the lines out to keep their answers organized. It's up to you. Now I can do my multiplication. 3 times 2 is 6, so I'm going to write, make sure that looks like a 0, not a 6, 0, 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15. And 6 times 5 is 30. I'm then going to do my adding. The 5 will come straight down. 6 plus 1 plus 0 is 7. Plus 2 plus 3 is 5. And I'll bring the 1 straight here. So 63 times 25 is 1,575. And that is how you do the lattice method of multiplication.